All right, so today's topic is happiness. And I feel happiness is one of those things that we all struggle with. Like, we all want to be happy, right? And we all try to find the answer of it. Like, what is the secret of being happy? But what happens when you try to find the answer of it? Like, we get to know that there are a million answers. Like, people have different ways of being happy. And one of the most popular answer is that you have to be grateful for what you have, and that leads to happiness, like calmness and more peace in your life. So I try to apply this thing, like I try to be grateful for what I have. But what happened that I could not be grateful. Like most of us, what happens, like most of us live a normal life. Since our childhood we have food, we have shelter to live, and life goes in a normal way, right? So it becomes quite difficult for us to be grateful that we always had. Like we cannot, yeah, I might say, okay, I'm grateful for food, but inside I know that I'm not truly grateful because food is like a norm in my life. So, so that is my struggle. Like I find it difficult to be grateful. Yeah, maybe once in a while I watch like a very sad movie, or if I see a very poor guy, like for a momentary purpose I might feel, okay, let me be grateful for what I have. But like I'll be grateful for some time, but then I'll forget. So I was thinking, okay, how can I be grateful for a long time? So like what I did couple of months back, I made a video about being a homeless for one day. So what I did, I went outside and spent my whole night just roaming around the streets, and I slept in railway station. And next day when I came back, I'll say that that was one of the best sleep I ever had in my life. And I was very grateful for having a bed and having, a home for 3 4 days. But then I forgot. So what I feel that we need to bring suffering in our life. Once you lose what you have, that is a kind of a suffering, right? So once you lose what you have, you become grateful for what you have. Like if you want to be grateful for food, do fasting for one day. If you want to be grateful for house that you have, just spend your day being homeless like once in a week. So it's very important to bring some voluntarily suffering in your life. All right, so here like there are two kinds of suffering. One suffering is like where you have to suffer. That will not bring happiness. If let's say you don't have food, like then that cannot make you happy. But when you have food, but you voluntarily choose not to have food, that brings happiness. So the true happiness will only come when you suffer, when you lose what you have. And when you lose what you have, you become grateful for what you have. And once you become truly grateful for what you have, you become happy and you become peaceful. Like imagine Gautam Buddha, if he was born poor, I don't think he would have been enlightened. He was born rich and then he left everything. So he chose to suffer voluntarily, and that made him being grateful for what he had. And that is just my opinion, I might be wrong as well. So I'll suggest like once in a week we should have one day for suffering where we go and choose to suffer voluntarily. And I feel that might make us more grateful for what we have, and we might live a life with more peace and more happiness.